Steindale, and this is Art by Bailey. Today I am painting an inverse wave off of Kanagawa so that it looks more like the hill in Nightmare Before Christmas, except Jack will be surfing. I start by selecting the acrylic colors, Art Me Phthalo Blue, Acrylogy Lavender, Art Me Rose Pale, and Apple Barrel Nectarine. I place the paint directly on the 5x7 canvas tile and start blending for a blue to purple to pink mirrored gradient. The canvas was going all over the place, so I secured it with a couple pieces of painter's tape. I kept blending until there were no brush strokes visible. I let the paint dry completely and then decided it was a little too dark for the scene I had in mind. To brighten it, I used Apple Barrel Bimini Blue, Acrylogy White, and the pink and lavender I had used earlier. I then started planning the shapes I was going to create while the acrylics dried. This next part is an adventure. The goal was to make a circle stencil. I thought it would work to use a container as a frame and put tape across and then trace a circular object and cut it out with an X-Acto knife. However, this proved to be more challenging than I had anticipated. The tape was not rigid enough to withstand the cutting, so I tried again with a stronger tape setup. I made some diagonal lattice and gave it another shot. It worked a little better. I was able to make a stencil this way, but the line on the cut was jagged. I would have made a better circle without the stencil at all. So for my final attempt, I gave paper a shot. I traced the circle, folded my paper over, and cut it out. This sharpness was what I was hoping for. So I moved swiftly and got the white base down by brushing towards the center. I then added some color with Nectarine and Art Me Lemon Yellow. Success! I let the acrylics dry completely and then switched over to gouache. The reason I used both gouache and acrylics for this piece is I wanted a clean background that wouldn't get messed up or blended as I added more layers. Acrylic does not reactivate with water, but watercolor gouache does. I started with white gouache, sketching out the wave shape. Then I used some medium dark blue for the water. I then added some light blue strokes to add movement. Then I add more white to the foam sketch and outline the shapes with dark blue. I look to the wave reference frequently to try and mimic the styles used. I added the purple surfboard and then psyched myself out. So I practiced sketching Jack on the cutout from my stencil. I then painted Jack, but I was not recording. I started by painting him white and then outlined him in dark blue. For the shorts, I used a greeny teal and then did some yellow polka dots. For the finishing touches, I cleaned up the top of the wave with some white and flicked some white on the wave for a splashy effect, and signed it. Once it was completely dry, I used Dorland's wax medium to seal it. The painting was a Father's Day gift to my dad. I have prints available on my website in the description. Thank you for joining me on this wild wave adventure. I hope you enjoyed the video. God bless.